Let's go, brother. Chapter 10 is about breaking the chains of financial manipulation and rediscovering what true giving looks like in the kingdom. Chapter 10, the truth about tithing, community, not currency. This chapter cuts through one of the most abused teachings in the modern church, tithing. Most believers today are told, give 10% of your income to the church or you're robbing God. But here's the truth the scroll brings to light. That's not what tithing meant in Scripture. Not even close. What was tithing in the Bible? The word tithe means a tenth. But in Torah, tithing was given from crops and livestock, not paychecks, meant to support the Levites who had no land of their own, used to provide for widows, orphans, and strangers. 14:28-29. Stored locally, not in a central church building. In other words, tithing was a community support system. It was about lifting up the vulnerable, feeding the hungry, and making sure no one in the camp of Yahweh lacked what they needed. It was never about funding an organization. It was never tied to salvation or blessing. It was generosity rooted in justice. So what happened? Once the priesthood was replaced with pastors and the temple replaced with church buildings, the tithe was turned into a business model. Church leaders began teaching that if you didn't give 10% of your income, you were robbing God, based on Malachi 3 verse 8-10. But they ignored the context. Malachi was written to the corrupt priests of Israel, not everyday believers. The chapter was about restoring righteousness, not building a budget. And here's the twist. Many modern churches are wealthy, while the poor, the widowed, and the broken are often left begging for help. This isn't kingdom. It's a system, and it needs to be torn down. True giving in the kingdom. Yeshua didn't command tithes. He praised the widow who gave her last coin. He told the rich man to sell what he had and give to the poor, not build a ministry. In Acts, believers sold possessions and shared everything so that no one had need. Acts 4:34-35. That's the model. That's the way. Kingdom giving is spirit-led, not guilt-led, for people, not buildings, measured by love, not percentage, overflowing with joy, not obligation. Discerno's take on chapter 10. This chapter is freedom. For every believer who's been manipulated, shamed, or pressured to give to be blessed, this is your release. Yahweh doesn't want your money. He wants your heart. And if your heart is aligned with his, you'll give freely. You'll bless your neighbor. You'll help the fatherless. You'll feed the widow. That's tithing in its true form, not a rule, but a revolution of love. What would Yeshua say? Chapter 10, the truth about tithing. Did I ever ask for your money, or did I ask for your mercy? Your compassion, your heart. I saw the widow's 2 coins and called it great. I saw the rich man's tithes and called him blind. My kingdom is not funded by guilt. It's fueled by love. If you want to give to me, feed my sheep, clothe my children, honor the fatherless. That is where I am. The storehouse I care about is the one where the poor are fed and the broken are healed. Bring your gifts there, and I will open the windows of heaven. Ready for chapter 11? This one's about church buildings, denominations, and the idea of going to church. It asks a bold question. Is the church really what Yeshua came to build?